really need me to tell you this, right? But David Beckham is a very handsome man. He's got the looks, he's got the body, he's got pretty much everything.
But what about his voice? People have always taken the mick out of him for being a little bit high-pitched. But his wife, Victoria, sticks up for him and says he's so perfect, she doesn't even notice it.
Would you be worried about Beckham's voice?
No, I don't think I would, Jane. Anyway, here's Julian.
Couldn't speak any higher than...
It's the voice that's long been a talking point.
It's a difficult thing,
With David's delivery a little higher than most men.
I'll do my talking on the pitch, that's the most important thing for me.
While Bex has never had a problem being seen, critics say that squeaky voice has made it slightly harder for him to be heard. Now his wife has broken her silence. Speaking to Marie Claire, Victoria says, "I don't really notice that he's got a high-pitched voice. I just think he's so goddamn perfect that people have to find something wrong with him. The other day he was sitting at the end of the bed and he had no clothes on whatsoever. And I thought, you done good, girl. I sure wasn't thinking of his high-pitched voice." But it's a voice that became a national joke, all thanks to one comedian's big impression.
It's one of them voices that doesn't quite fit the physique. You know, obviously he's a big lad and he had a lot of stature as well, professionally as well, you know, and as a person. So it's just always a shock that that voice, you know, is quite small.
We showed a recent interview to some of his fans to ask if the Beck's appeal has ever been spoilt by his speech.
I haven't noticed. I was really looking at Beckham, not so much listening to his voice. He's got the looks, talented, can't have everything.
And the voice just doesn't matter?
No, it doesn't matter.
I do have a picture of him on my desk at work, and people ask me if I'm a fan of his, and I say yes, as long as he doesn't talk.
A high-pitched voice on a man can be a bit of a turn-off because what he's saying is that he has lower levels of testosterone and that he's not really that dominant. And if you date back to evolution, women need a man to be dominant, to be able to care for them.
The voice may have shaped the life.
Maybe that's why Beckham has the tattoos, to make himself seem more manly. Only David would be able to tell you that.
But speaking high hasn't affected the man who his wife calls Mr. Perfect.
It's very interesting that the men in that VT are all like, oh yes, he's not very manly, he needs the tattoos, and all the